People of the Purple Butterfly here, otherwise known as People7 on Twitter and YouTube, People elsewhere on the internet. My blog is located at purplebutterfly-people.blogspot.com. Oh, excuse me. And my soaps, Purple Butterfly soaps, can be located at people.etsy.com. And I just got home from church, as you can tell. Hold on a second. I need to move the cane and the coat out the way, and I'll be right back. I've been having a couple of issues today. Wardrobe problems. Everything I own is either drastically too big or drastically too little, except for my standbys from driving a bus, like this shirt and the stretch pants, so forth and so on. And then I found an issue with that. I am a non-smoker now for 160-something days. I'll have to look it up. And even though this is clean and pressed and washed, I can still smell the smoke in them. And that might be mental. Because I gave up cigarettes and everything, and now I use a vaping system, you know, with a liquid nicotine in there, and it has no smell. So either my brain is saying you got rid of the bad habit, get rid of those clothes, or there's actually a very faint tobacco scent in these clothes, even though they've been washed. So anyway, I mean, just so I'm going to have to make some wardrobe choices and have myself size, because I don't even know what size I wear now. It's like I bought an outfit that I thought would fit. That's going to be my daughter's now, because it ain't going to fit me for sure. And everything else I own, I told my brother last week, I said, you see this pile of clothes here? He goes, yeah, they came from your storage here. And I said, please take that out the house. He goes, you're not going to sort through and see what could be given to Goodwill or whatever. I said, I'm going to leave that up to you. Donate them at your church or donate them to the garbage can, because they've been sitting there for a month and a half. We even sorted it and went through it and ended up putting it back in the bag, and we'll give it away to somebody. And that's how we end up with bags and bags and bags and bags and bags and bags of stuff that never gets to the giveaway pile. It never gets to the Salvation Army. It never gets to wherever it's supposed to be going, because we keep going to do it. Well, I'm not that person anymore. I give it a month. If it ain't out of here in a month, it's out of here. Period. By whatever means necessary. In the meantime, look at my earrings. Aren't these adorable? There's a sister at my church who made these. And I said, wow, your earrings are gorgeous. And shocked the daylights out of me, she gifted them to me just because I said they are gorgeous. And, of course, she can make some more. But these are mine. Yay. They have rules attached to them, though, because they're very, very delicate. You know, you can't just put them on, because these are real feathers. And, you know, the way the chains hang on it, whatever, you don't want it all to get tangled up. So it'll probably go on the cup with the little puppy dog hanging on. Look back a couple of videos, because they are almost too gorgeous to wear. I will wear them, but I am not going to wear them in a situation where, like, you know, dancing on these will be out, because, you know, you don't want them to get all jumbled up. And wearing, you know, like the coat I had on and the pashmina scarf, the first thing I had to do was make sure the scarf was out the way before I moved, because you don't want, you know, stuff to get tangled or whatever, because these are too gorgeous to just not wear. But I'll decide, okay, it's probably going to treat it like, my hair, wear a silk scarf or keep it up. So that being the case, I know to wear a silk shirt with this so that way it could smooth right past and not snag on anything. But I just wanted to show those to you. Aren't those cute? Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Yep. In the meantime, I got to go figure out what I'm going to do about wardrobe, so forth, so on, because if you go by, and my nose has been running ever since I put on this shirt, if you go by the clothes that will fit, my nose is going to run because I can smell the trapped in tobacco smoke scent. And if you go by the other clothes that are available, stuff is slightly too little to a whole size or two too little, and other stuff is slightly too big, way too big, colossally too big. And I don't really recall losing that much weight, but if you go by the scale, I'm holding at 172 pounds. That's down 10 pounds, but still stuff don't fit in a smaller size. But by the same token, my clothes were already too big when I was 180. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that. Because I certainly don't have the money to go shopping every time I get the whim to, because I am not a shopping type of girl. Usually I'm the one that sees something cute, type in, what it is, see if there's anything on the list, that's similar, and then from the list, who's a reputable vendor, and then click order. Like one time I seen some fat baby boots. I typed in fat baby boots, turquoise green. Whole list of people showed up. Only 4 people on that list were vendors that I've dealt with before, Old Shep, Boot Country, so forth and so on. They had a reputation, in other words, I'm not going to go through eBay or whatever. Some things eBay's good for, but you have to, scour the list of feedback and see who you're going to trust. If they got private blanket across their stuff, then that means they got stuff they don't want people to know about. So I avoid them. But anyway, after I found the reputable dealer, then I found the one that had the best price. These are the boots I wear like 90% of the time. They were on my feet just when I was mentioning how I do that. But in the meantime, I'm the one that goes to the door, get the package, try on the clothes. If it fits, it stays. If not, it gets sent away or it gets kept, and I'll give it to, like my daughter, this gorgeous, this is a silk blouse. It's got like a sheer panel right here, and then the rest is blue, and it's got a staggered hem. Gorgeous. Size too small. So it's going to tiny type because she's tiny, and if it fits her, it fits her. If it don't, she can find somebody even tinier than her, and, because I'm not going to send it back. Plus, it's been long enough down the list that I don't know if I can send it back. It's been in the house over 30 days. After 30 days, a lot of these companies like, you want to return it, but, it's been past the, period of time that you could return stuff. So, basically, if I don't, I've given people stuff for Christmas that they were going, oh, this is nice, how did you know? Well, I bought it for me. It didn't fit me, so it went to them. I wasn't going to tell them that. Oh, well, I can't figure out what size I wear, so, you got it by default. You don't tell them that. You just say, hey, I thought of you. Yeah, I thought of them right after I thought of the fact that, hey, this ain't going to fit me, but who do I know that this might fit? Now, who do I know that has great taste similar to mine? This is who it's going to. You know what I mean? Anyway, I got my coffee here. I'm finna put these earrings someplace safe. Put on my goggles, my mask. My hair's already up for the cook, and I'm going to go make some soap. And of course, I can't have these gorgeous, gorgeous earrings on while I'm making the soap because, you know, there's always a chance of splatter and all that, which is why I put stuff up so that way when I put on my soaping gear, you know, I don't have to worry about my clothes getting ruined or whatever. Love this hell thing. Anyway, this has been People7 on Twitter and YouTube, People elsewhere on the internet. My blog is located at purplebutterfly-people.blogspot.com, and my soaps, Purple Butterfly Soaps, can be located at people.etsy.com. Y'all stay blessed and stay tuned. Bye now.